Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing, cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible, make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan. Pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the cause. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast, and we poppin', let's go.
Yo, what the business like? What it be? Dave, what's good with you? Panthers victory. Bars. Bars, Dave. What's good with you, man?
I like the win, but if we lose to Arizona, it'll be another sin. I'm all about everything for the cause, but if the Cardinals beat us, this win was a mirage.
Bars off the rip, Dave. That's how we doing. That's how we doing on Victory Monday, Dave.
I'm just letting you know. I'm happy for the win. You know, and sometimes wins are ugly. Sometimes wins are perfect. This is more towards the ugly region than the perfect region.
Yeah, man. Listen, what we're not gonna do, Dave, is we're not gonna come up here and be super negative after a victory.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Don't worry.
Let's keep it. But we lost 9 games straight. We're not about to come up here and lose. We're not about to come here and complain. All right.
But they're going to happen.
Dave, you breaking up, Dave.
In the woods, bro. It's gonna be an in and out type of episode tonight.
Yeah,
but
yeah, you was breaking.
I should be good now, right? Yeah. I'm
now.
hotspotting. So this is what happens when you hotspot. All right. So I will say this: I won't be negative. I won't be as negative today. Tomorrow during the fantasy show, which will be in the morning, I'm leaning towards 11 a.m., maybe noon time tomorrow for the fantasy show because I got a flight. I will express my Panther woes from a fantasy perspective. I'm going to try not to be as aggressively negative. So if you think I'm negative tonight, you're not going to enjoy tomorrow. So I'm happy for the win, though, because like you said, man, this would have been number 10 if we would have lost this game. But we just got to put it in perspective on what we had. I'm happy for the win, though. But we're going to go over the numbers. We'll go through it.
Yeah, we'll go by the numbers. We're gonna take it by the numbers and we're gonna break it all down. But I'm gonna try my best to not be super negative. Because again, it's taking us 9 games to win a game, and so I'm not about to come up here and be super negative. I'm gonna try my best because we got some things to complain about, and we're gonna talk about it. But at the end of the day,
I need to clear something up. I'm not at my house. I'm right now currently in Plantersville, South Carolina. Most of you guys probably don't know where Plantersville, South Carolina is. Just Google it. Trust me, you'll understand why I have no backdrop today. I'm at my uncle's crib, you know what I'm saying? I'm visiting family. So this is what you're getting. You will get the A&T shirt though. Shout out to South Carolina State. You found us.
Yeah.
You found us.
Yeah.
And coach talking about, you can run, but you can't hide. We're gonna find you. You found us. 41-27.
Shout out to South Carolina State. Y'all definitely caught that L. It happens. It is what it is. But all right, let's go ahead and get into this. Because Dave was here. You're still in the area. Are you enjoying yourself down here in the South, Dave?
Yeah, man, I'm enjoying. Only thing I couldn't get was Dames, so they were out here talking about they don't do to-go orders. Very disappointing. But it is what it is. I'll get Dame's next month. It's whatever. But I
got
everything.
Did you get Stephanie's?
Oh yeah, that was first stop when I got to Greensboro, bro. I went to Stephanie's before I went to Rand's.
Hey yo, Stephanie's is the GOAT, man.
I went to Stephanie, like I was looking at the cloud. Like, oh, Stephanie closes at 9. Oh, I gotta go there first. So I went there first. Yeah, put my order in, and then I got my food and I headed to my boy's house, my line brother's house, and then we chilled. Yeah. So, Stephanie's was first stop.
Is the best. Stephanie's is the best.
First stop. All
right. Dave, let's go ahead and get into this game. We're gonna break it down. You know how we do. And we're gonna talk about stock up, stock down, and whatnot. And it should be a good one. This should be a very good show. I think we're gonna uncover a lot of untruths that have been spewed about some things, and we just gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let me see, get my screen shared here.
One more question I'll answer. I am from the Carolinas, from Columbia, South Carolina. I live in New England, but I am in Plantersville. I want y'all to look up Plantersville, man. You'll learn a lot about Plantersville.
All right, so Dave, we made a quick roster move today, which is I got some questions. I mean, just curious. This man, Aaron Mosby, who was on the practice squad, he ended up getting cut today. We waived him. He was signed from the practice squad last week, inactive for the game on Sunday, and he went from inactive to not on the roster, like not even back to the practice squad. So they end up promoting a Frank Heron, who was off and on. He's been off and on our roster for a minute. Mm-hmm. They signed him to the practice squad, but we have an empty roster spot. So the question is, what are we going to do with that roster spot, and why get rid of him when he was inactive? That doesn't make sense for you to go to the practice squad to inactive to not even on the roster. That's a little weird chain of events. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
I'm curious to see who they're trying to go after, because that means they got to be going after somebody. I don't know if there's somebody that got let go suddenly, or maybe they're trying to make a trade to get something, or I don't know. I mean, I know I've been given a lot of grief about the linebacker core, so yeah, it's a head scratcher for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a head scratcher.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but we'll see what happens with the roster spot. They could move somebody back up from the practice squad to to the active roster, and we'll see what happens. So just keep an eye on that. We do have an open roster spot, so it should be interesting. Somebody said Cam Newton. Nah, bro. I think that ship is sailed.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I know you guys don't want to hear this. I can anticipate him. I don't know if Cam's gonna do it now, but I anticipate he's gonna announce his retirement between now and beginning of next season.
Yeah, I think he's leaning that way. I watched him when he had the pivot, the guys from the pivot. Yeah, he was talking about it, asking him questions. Yeah, on his show, asking him about it. So I think he's leaning that way. I think the writing is on the wall at this point, and we're gonna celebrate him as such whenever he does decide to call the curtains. But yeah, Cam not coming here. I know it was a joke, but he's not coming here. All right, let's keep it moving. By the numbers for the game. I did not update. My bad. I did not update the total pressure. So when we get to that, updated for the offense, but not the defense. So my apologies on that. I'll read them off to you when we get to that portion. But red zone efficiency, 0 for 1. We only got to the red zone one time, 0%. Third down efficiency, 4-14 for 28%. Not very good there. Pass completions, Dave. We talked about that on the live on the stream right afterwards. 48% for the second, under 50% for the second consecutive game. Not good at all.
So Rashad, Rashad, what's the standard for quarterbacks when it comes to completion percentage?
60% is the standard. That's considered average for completion percentage.
Okay. I just wanted to reiterate it. I just wanted you to say it again.
Yeah, 60% is considered average.
6%.
Yeah. 60%. Yep. And Baker has gone under 50% for the second consecutive game. Not good. Not been good. We're going to talk about Baker a little bit later, so hold your thoughts on Baker Mayfield.
By the way, I will say one thing about Baker. I can check. I haven't checked the stats, but I just to light a fire. I don't think Sam's done that. Go under 50% for 2 straight games for us.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to check the numbers on that.
I'm going to look.
Go ahead and look.
But keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I'll go through the rest of these. I'm just going to pull up the the pass rush numbers while I'm. All right, so penalties, four penalties for 40 yards, which is great. We have kind of come down off the penalties over the last couple of games, which is awesome news. So we got to stock up on that. The rushing numbers, 31 rushes for 145 yards, averaging 4.7 yards per carry. That's solid there. Even we saw Chuba Hubbard. Shout out to Chuba Hubbard, who redeemed himself from the terrible game he had last week in kick return. Kind of took that off of his plate and gave him some more carries. And he did a damn good job with the 2 or 3 carries that he did get. So shout out to Chuba Hubbard for redeeming himself, because a lot of y'all was saying he shouldn't have been on the roster last week. And now he kind of redeemed himself. Had a pretty impressive run when he was off balance. So, right. I mean, it is what it is.
I pulled up the Sam Darnold numbers. So he did do it consecutively in the two consecutive games. Wrong enough, they were 6 weeks apart. So he did it with New England and he got hurt in that game. And then he did it in Tampa when he came back to take over for Cam. But I don't think he started the Tampa game.
I mean, that that's not technically. I mean, it ain't. That's not. We shouldn't be comparing the two though. That's not a good thing to be in the same air as
Sam Darnold. Well, put it in perspective.
Your predecessor.
And the caveat is the Tampa game. He came in on relief because Cam started that game. In New England, he got hurt, and he had only one other game where he threw for under 50% last season.
Yeah. That is.
I'm just giving you perspective. I know how you guys feel about
it's Darnold. Important. It's important.
I just need you guys to see perspective because and we'll get in more details about what it looked like. But
yeah, we're gonna get there. For the run defense, another solid performance. 22 rushes, 84 yards. Pretty much kept Kamara in check all game. 3.8 yards per carry. So that's another good performance. We just faced 2 good running backs in Saquon and Kamara, and pretty much locked them both up. Saquon got his late. He got going late, but for the most part, we kind of kept both of those guys under wraps. Considering what we look like against Chubb, I take this all day. Time of possession, Dave. We finally won a time of possession battle. We finally
10 seconds.
Hey, listen, we won it. We won the time of possession battle. So we'll take that. It's something that we needed to do. We'll take that. We'll take that. All right.
That tells you how bad the Saints offense was, by the way.
Yeah, their Dolphins suck pretty bad too. Credit to our defense though. Our defense had a lot to do with that. Third down defense, 5 of 13, 38%. So we're doing a good job. We did a good job getting them off the field, and that was great. So we finally, again, you're seeing more green than red, which means you're going to win the game within the game. And then turnover battle. Again, we came into this game with 0 turnovers, left the game with 3. So that was awesome. Obviously had the Marquise Haynes scoop and score, the JC Horn pick. And this is good stuff. This is really good defense for us, and we needed it. We absolutely need it. You know, it's crazy when you really put it in perspective. What we needed to get this done is kind of crazy. Like, look at the score. We only won by 1 possession, but look at what we had to. I mean, you talking about a blocked field goal, a pick, scoop and score on a strip fumble. There's a lot of things that happen, including some more special teams plays, like Hecker pinning dudes back in the 10 4 times. Like, a lot had to happen for us to get this victory, which is the cause for concern for a lot of Panthers fans. It was ugly, great performance by the defense, but we have absolute cause for concern when it comes to the offense. All right. So, in talking about the offense, Dave, and again, I did not update the total pressures for defense. I'll read those off in just a second. But total pressures for the offense, talking about our offensive line, 8 pressures, bro. This is, fam, we had 10 pressures last week, giving up 8 this week. Like, Panthers fans, we really need to let this soak in, because we have not seen this type of offensive line play in a long time, bro. 10 and under, and I think the first game we only gave up 11. Yeah. This offensive line is.
This is by far the best line in the Rhule era, and probably some of the better lines that Cam had. I'm gonna keep it.
No, and Rhule said, and I agree. Well, I don't agree with Rhule too much, but during his press conference today, he said, "Yo, we've got a good offensive line here," and I agree. The offensive line is doing their part, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit later in more detail. So give me a couple of seconds when we get down to it. but we're gonna talk about it in detail because there's been a lot of cap going on when we're talking about the offensive line and kind of the time to throw and all that stuff in the pocket. There was a stat put out there, and a lot of people ran with it, and I didn't even see the source tied to it. So I'm gonna uncover a lot of falsehoods when it comes to the time possession a little bit later. Now, as far as our defense, again, the pass rush, we getting after it. We getting after it. Okay. Let me see if I can get it by the game. Give me 1 second. Pass rush. We got after it today. Okay, or on Sunday. 20 total pressures. 20 total pressures. 5 of those came from Brian Burns himself. Again, we talked about it. I told y'all last week he's tied for first in total pressures. Brian Burns is. He's tied for first in the league. Depending on what Micah Parsons does tonight, Micah Parsons could take the lead. He does need 4 total pressures tonight to grab the lead. But he's tied. Brian Burns right now is tied for tied for first with 4 other people in total pressures in the entire league. Max Crosby, a couple other guys, Josh Allen, and another guy, I can't remember his name, and then Brian Burns, all tied for pressures, highest pressures in the league. Jeremy Chinn had 2 pressures. J.C. Horntet had 2 pressures, and Miles Hartfield also had 2 pressures. It was very interesting to see when I go back and look at the film. We were sending a lot of guys from the secondary. That's why Jameis was really rushed. He was rushing a lot of his throws. They knew that he was essentially a statue right there, and they were blitzing a lot. Yetur Gross-Matos also had 2 pressures as well. So we had 20 total pressures, like I said. Jeremy Chinn had the 1 sack. I would like to see that number go up a little bit more, but pressures do matter. They count because
pressures turn into sacks, bro.
And they also could turn into turnovers because one of Brian Burns' pressures should have resulted in a pick 6 by Shaq Thompson. When you go back and watch the game, Brian Burns had a pressure, and the ball essentially was thrown right into Shaq Thompson's hands, and he dropped it. So the pressures do matter. They do matter for sure. Again, it doesn't always it doesn't hit the stat sheet as a sack, but the pressures do matter. All right. Again, Brian Burns had 1 hit and 4 hurries, so he was outside. Brian Burns was outside. Shout out to the defense; they did a good job getting after the statue. So we did a good thing. Did a really good thing. And again, that other pressure, JC had another pressure that almost resulted in a pick. So and then he had the tip ball that did result in a pick by Derrick Brown. But listen, they had a hell of a game, man. The defense got after it, and I like that we drawed up we manufactured some pressure, right? By corner blitzes, safety blitzes, things like that. That's what we need because we know our defensive line can't get there by themselves. So Phil Shenault asked himself, he said, yo, where's the pass rush? So I got to go dial up some pressure from somewhere else. So he started sending a lot of safeties, a lot of nickel blitzes. And again, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get creative. All right. And that's what he did. All right. Any other questions regarding this? I think we're good there.
Now we good here, man. Like I was very thoroughly impressed by the defense, man. I was happy with how well the defense played. Very happy how well the defense played.
Yep. And then here are the blocking grades. Again, I'm a bit befuddled at the grades here because I thought the offensive line played one of their best games. The grades weren't necessarily indicative of that, and I think it's because this is my thought, is that I don't think the run blocking was there like it was the past couple of games. I think that McCaffrey was really doing work. He was creating some shit by himself, to be honest with you. So I think that's what it had. That had a lot to do with it because they weren't giving up a lot of hurries. They only gave up 8 total pressures, and when you give up 8, and one of those sacks was to give it to CMC. Dave, you froze up. Go ahead, Dave. You froze for a second.
No, I'll be back.
No, you back. You back now.
Yeah, when I start getting the turns and I see my meter, I know what it is. Like I said, bro, I mean, it's so what these numbers just make sure I'm keep me honest, man. These numbers include the run blocking, correct?
It's run and pass block, yes.
Okay. I would love, well, I know you can, and shout out to the Pro Media Network. Appreciate the win.
Shout out to Big Q, man. Shout out to Big Q and shout out to Trace. A couple of Who Dat folk in here. We appreciate y'all stopping by.
Yeah. So when we talk about the line, Yeah, I mean, McCaffrey averaged 4.3 yards a carry. Chuba had a pretty good. The 2 carries he got, he had a pretty good average. So from that standpoint, I mean, we got to based on these grades. I guess you got to give McCaffrey credit. He was making things work, but they also was protecting Baker, and this is something that we didn't get to Sam, and this is something that we didn't get to Teddy either or Cam. So
Facts.
Baker Mayfield is getting the best protection that any quarterback has had here in a while.
Big facts.
So I'm very happy that we're able to finally freaking make sure the quarterback doesn't get killed, so he can make decisions in the pocket.
Oh, we gonna get there, Dave. We're gonna get there.
No, I know.
Because you starting to peel back the onion, Dave. You starting to peel back that onion, and it's ugly once you get in there, dog. Pause. It's ugly.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I know what I was there yesterday, bro. I got to see it firsthand, live in person.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
All right. Real quick, we talk about this all the time. Again, I'm not a fan of this. Not a fan. I'm on record. 61% of the total touches have gone to Christian McCaffrey. 27 total touches. I do not like this. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And the reason why it's happening is because of what Dave said. You know, this dude Baker Mayfield cannot hit the broadside of a barn right now. So guess what they do when you can't do that? Guess who you lean on? CMC.
But the irony of it, the irony of it all, and I know how you feel about targets, but the irony of it all is that even when he threw it to CMC, he was inaccurate because CMC didn't catch all his targets, bro. CMC had 4 targets.
CMC is always 100% on his targets.
Yeah, so that's my thing. Maybe he'll occasionally miss one, right? Sometimes he might drop one. It happens, right? But like
hold on, Dave, real quick. 61% is not inflated. It is what it like. This is the number, bro. This is not inflated. Last week it was 50-something%. Our offense sucks, and when our offense sucks, you lean on your guy Christian McCaffrey when you can't sustain anything. You give him the football and say, "Hey, Christian, can you save us?" That's what happens, and that leads to terrible offense. It leads to not being able to sustain when you lean on this guy too much.
But at the same time, bro, you got to remember
where's Foreman? Right? Where's Foreman? He didn't get a touch. That's not where he is.
But that's another question we need to have a discussion point about. So why did Chuba get the love and not Foreman?
They asked Rhule that in the press conference, and Rhule just said, man, he practiced well. It's like he doesn't really have it's almost, and this is me, it's all speculation, but it's almost like he has no real control anymore over the offense. Like McAdoo was doing what he does, and whatever happens, he just got to kind of roll with it. That's my gut feeling. Because when you come out, when he says, I want to get him the football. We want to do this and we want to do that, but hey, it is what it is. Christian McCaffrey, just give him the football. Like, that's what his answer was when we talked about Foreman. Like, he keeps saying all these things, but it's like he almost doesn't have any control over it, which is maybe not necessarily a bad thing. My bad, Dave. Go ahead.
No, you good. So, like, I know, people are saying your numbers are inflated, but and these numbers are accurate based on you talking about rushing attempts and receptions. But my thing is going to boil down to this. I know what you want. You're fine with Christian McCaffrey. You're fine with 25
Absolutely.
Rushes. But your dilemma is that all of them, your dilemma is that they're all going to McCaffrey. You just want to split apart between Foreman and Chuba.
No, it's not.
All right, I'm frozen right now, guys. So give me a second.
Even that, Dave. Like, okay with him. I'm okay with CMC doing his thing. I just need to see the other. Like, look at why is DJ Moore 7%? Like, that's not acceptable to me. And it would have changed if you could actually hit the broadside of a barn.
But let's keep it a buck. So just for the sake of clarity for the people in the chat, for those who aren't aware, CMC had 1 carry, 2 receptions, 7 yards, 6 targets.
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. He had the most targets out of everybody on the team. But 3 of them targets weren't catchable. 3 of them targets weren't catchable.
They were not catchable at all. At all.
Like last year when DJ Moore's brother saw me criticizing
Dave breaking up, but he's going to the point. You're breaking up a little bit, Dave. But where Dave is going is that DJ Moore had some drops last year. DJ Moore had, my fault, Dave. You breaking up. I got you. I know where you're going. DJ Moore last year had some drops. But that's not necessarily the case this year. This year, the targets are not catchable. He had a nice little drop rate last year.
No,
he did. It's true. He did. This is facts. This year, he cannot even get a chance to touch the football. So whenever Dave comes back, Dave, I think you're back now, Dave. Go ahead.
And that's the dilemma. Yeah, oh wow.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead. You good?
I'm coming back. Yeah, all right. Yeah, now we're good because my whole screen just disappeared and came back. Normally it's just the video, but either way. So what it boils down to for me is, like I said, and I think Rashad took the straight during training camp, but the reality is the numbers were numbers at the time last season. But now, yeah, but this is a different ball game this year. DJ Moore's getting the targets, but they're not real. They're not legitimate, good targets. So when you look at targets, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad or indifferent. So that's when you have to watch the tape. I saw 6 targets live yesterday.
To me, Dave, 6 targets to me ain't enough.
It should be 10.
It should be 10. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But guess why he's not gonna get 10? Because we can't sustain drives.
The reason why he can't get 10.
Oh, there you go. You back.
God, I don't like this, man.
No, you good. You good.
The theory of I'm going. The theory was the reason why he couldn't get 10 was because Christian McCaffrey would eat up his targets, and that is not happening.
Yeah, Dave, you breaking up again. You breaking up again, Dave. But yeah, I know where Dave is going. I know where you're going, Dave. I know where you're going.
I'm back. Am I back? Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm saying we can talk about the carry count from Christian being too high. Okay. But when we talk about the target share from Christian, it's at his lowest of his career.
It is.
Much lower. And he's inaccurate throwing to him too.
It is. He is.
So the grand scheme of things, I think the target share is going to the other guys. And we had the discussion point prior to the season. I said, if you're going to want to spread the ball more, there's going to be some suffering. Christian's already suffering. And now you're seeing it with DJ. So if you're going to throw it to Ian Thomas 4 times or 3 times, if you're only planning on throwing the ball 25 times a game, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, those guys are going to suffer.
Yeah. But that's the plan is not to throw the ball 25 times. The reason why that is happening is because we can't sustain a drive, which goes to, and I'll go past this real quick. But as you can see, I mean, well, we know Shenault did his thing. This is just the total production from a yard standpoint. So you can see Christian McCaffrey had 61% of the touches, but had 36% of the actual production. Shenault obviously had the big run, a couple of big plays, which he had, 28%. And then you have a couple of guys in there, sprinkled in. But you breaking up again, Dave.
I got to tell you something.
Go ahead. You back now.
Quick stat line for it. Shenault officially has more receiving yards than DJ Moore right now.
So, total?
7 catches, 88 yards. 7 catches, 88 yards and a touchdown for DJ Moore. Shenault has 2 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown.
Wow.
So now when we have the discussion points about what's going on, there you go. The pace is different, bro. And we talked about it yesterday on the stream. My man Baker's turning DJ into OBJ from last year.
Basically.
That's what's happening. And that's going to be a discussion point tomorrow during my fantasy show.
So, and we're going to talk. I mean, we're going to talk about it. But listen, is DJ Moore's 1,000-yard streak in jeopardy?
It's about to end.
Yo, that's crazy. And listen, this man has played with some absolutely horrendous quarterbacks. and still was able to produce. That's the bad part, is that we sit here watching DJ Moore, who has performed with some of the worst quarterbacks in the history of football, still perform and get 1,300 yards. And now with Baker Mayfield,
Baker Mayfield, a guy you guys said was better than Sam. He probably is, and the guy you think is better than Teddy. And right now, DJ Moore has 88 yards receiving with three games in. That man has.
So what I'm seeing and what I'm seeing on Twitter is unfortunate, because a lot of people are blaming the receivers, right? Oh, they're not creating separation. They're not getting bro. I'm sitting here watching the first couple of targets of DJ, bro. He's wide open. Like, he is literally, there's nobody around him, and he does not hit him. Like, it's unacceptable. And he's got a clean pocket. It's unacceptable, bro. It's really unacceptable. And for people to sit here and say, oh, DJ's not getting separation, is complete cap. Okay, it's not cool, and I'm not gonna stand for it.
And it's not true.
I'm not going to sit up here and take wide receiver slander from a guy that has produced with some of the sorriest quarterbacks in the history of football. And now we blaming him because we got Baker Mayfield. Not happening, not accepting it, not on my watch, B.
Kyle Allen. Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold. Those are the quarterbacks that was throwing to DJ Moore on his pace to 1,000 yards.
And bro.
Kyle, I'm going to say it again, and I don't care if I freeze. Kyle Allen, Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
These three quarterbacks got this man at least 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards total.
So here's the problem, ICP. I feel you. We got the W.
I feel you, bro.
I feel you. But when you have to look at the stats to understand that we in trouble, bro.
No, just look at the stats to find out how many games you get a defensive touchdown.
Exactly.
How many teams get a defensive touchdown? Because if we don't get that, we don't win the game, bro.
If we don't get the daggone the block field goal, we don't get the defensive touchdown, we don't get the interceptions, we don't get the turnovers, bro. This game is completely different.
Or if Shenault doesn't break one,
or Shenault doesn't break one, who caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage, I might add, and then goes 60-something yards. You take the 60-something yards away from Baker's total, he threw for like 103 yards. What are we saying?
This could, Landon, appreciate the super chat, bro. And I think this might have some level of validity, but it doesn't solve my issue. It doesn't solve the problem. Like, what's happening right now is vaguely, it's reminding me of when they asked DJ Moore the question about the fact that Rhule's talking about he wants to spread the ball around. And he's like, well, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. So that should have been the clue of, all right, this guy's not going to get the same target shares he's had in the past. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah.
Here's the other one. Baker fans are turning more into DJ. Yeah, DJ Beckham. Yeah, that's funny. That's man.
That's funny. Man. So, I'm not doing that. I'm not repeating that, man. Because then DJ Moore gonna be coming after me and Rashad, man.
Yeah, no, we can't. Yeah, we're not gonna take no. I'm a DJ fan, bro. I hate to see this because y'all not about to sit up here and turn a dude that's been 1,000-yard receiver with some really bad quarterback play, and he's been nothing but 1,000-yard receiver, and then this dude comes in and now all of a sudden he trash. Nah, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. Not on my watch. Not on my watch, bro.
That's my thing, man.
I'm about to go call up Cookie and be like, nah, I got you back.
And that's the thing, man. I did a whole fantasy breakdown on DJ Moore. Talked about how optimistic I was about the type of season he's going to have. And they out here not giving this man no targets, not even getting the level of opportunity that he's had with other quarterbacks that you guys claim that's worse. I'll answer this question since most of you guys won't be able to watch the show tomorrow since it's during the afternoon. He's not droppable, but he damn sure ain't startable no more. I can tell you that right now. I would not start him. I will not start until I see something. Until I see him get 10 targets, I'm not touching him.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even know this. Jared says 58% of DJ's targets are uncatchable. Yo, he's literally getting thrown 50-50 balls.
58% of DJ's targets are catchable.
Catchable. Excuse me. That's 50-50. Same thing.
Yeah.
50-50 balls, basically. That's unacceptable.
So basically,
bro.
6 out of the 10 throws are catchable.
That's unacceptable.
And if you only get,
that's ugly.
If you only get, so think about it, bro. If he got 6 targets yesterday, so that means 40% of those targets weren't catchable. So he pretty much got what he was supposed to get. he got what he was supposed to get. So
anyway, all right, let's move on because I think this is the real problem right here, Dave. Whoops, my fault. Let's go through this real quick, and then I'll show you what the real problem is. Points per game, obviously, that's going up. We're now 13 on offense, points per game, which is cool. We'll take that. Yards per game, we're down to 30th in the league now. Third down conversions, down to 29th in the league. Rush yards per game, we're up to 115, 115, which is 13th best in the league. Pass yards per game, 30th, 161. That ain't going to cut it. That's almost last. Quarterback sacked 10% of the time, and again, that's down from where we were.
Some of that's on Baker, bro.
Exactly, and we're gonna talk about that. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
We should have just went straight to Baker. We should have just put the Baker slide immediately. A bonus stock down.
Hold that thought. Giveaways per game. We're 7th in the league, so we're going up. So this is good. We're not giving the football away, which is a credit. That's a point for Baker, right? Because a lot of people, when we talk about Baker, they'll bring up, he's not turning the football over, which is
maybe
positive.
That is positive. Maybe his accuracy. Maybe if he had better accuracy, he would probably have more turnovers. Maybe it's like a give and take with that. Maybe because he's so damn inaccurate, nobody can get the damn ball, so he can turn it over.
Yeah, and then defensive wise, we're looking good here. Points per game. 13. We got to get that under 17. That's the only way we're going to sustain. We got to get that number under 17. Opposing yards per game, 348 yards per game, which that's down. We were a top 10 defense, Dave. That can no longer be said. Third down cover because they kind of went nuts on us. I'm just saying, Dave.
No. I'm going. See this. I know we're not supposed to keep talking about Baker, but I gotta say this because it needs to be said. So let's go back to giveaway for a game, right? Because he only has one, right? Do you know which game where he had the one pick?
It was Cleveland, right?
Yeah, the first game. His most accurate game. He almost threw for 6% that game. And that's where he got his one pick.
Interesting.
Oh, my God. Okay, keep going.
Opposing third down conversions, 18th. Opposing rushing yards per game, we're up. We're getting better there. Obviously, we had a rough start, but only now giving up 134 yards per game. Opposing pass yards a game, we're down to 13th. Again, that's where we were excelling, but now the floodgates are open in our secondary, and we're going to talk about them too a little bit later. Sacking the quarterback percentage. So that's 20th in the league at 4.39%. And takeaways per game. Dave, you see what 3 turnovers will do to you. Take them 32nd to 19th. In the league. So we created 3 turnovers last game.
Yeah, now we're averaging one per game, but we didn't get any in the first 2. So
yeah, man. Yeah. So that's where we stand from a ranking standpoint. But Dave, here lies the problem. This is the problem with Carolina right here. This is we talk about Baker, we talk about everything, we talk about target share and all this stuff. It all boils down to possessions per game. We're only averaging 54 possessions per game, bro. 54. That's 31st in the league. Trash. Okay? That means you cannot sustain a drive. That means you're not converting your third downs. You're not able to keep guys on the field. You're not able to keep your offense on the field.
Here's a caveat. I'm looking at who's down here with them. Miami's undefeated, bro. But that's how they run their offense. They want the game to be sluggish and slow. They want the other team to have less plays because they sustain drives over time and they crush the clock. Baltimore's on here with an MVP candidate at quarterback.
But I would combine those numbers with exactly what you're saying, Dave. Are they sustaining drives? They're winning the way they want to win, which is by design. That's completely different from what we're doing. We're not converting on third down. We're getting destroyed in time possession. So it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah. You're right.
But that was my point. Yeah, that's my point. It ain't gonna be the same, right? Because the caveat, of course, is Christian McCaffrey right now, he's averaging 4.3 yards to carry. Or is he? Hold on. Wait. I'm tripping. Hold on. Is he averaging 20? No, he is. He's averaging 4.9 yards per carry. And so, he's doing Christian McCaffrey is doing his part to make sure you have shorter opportunities if you give him, if the running backs, because the other ones are doing relatively well as well, if you give them the opportunity to run on the first and second down plays. But I know at the beginning of this year, we were out here trying to throw the ball on first down, and we got inaccurate Baker up in these streets. But when you give the ball to the running back, whether it's Christian McCaffrey, particularly Christian McCaffrey, he's getting the bulk of the load. They are actually he's got a pretty good yard per rush average. I mean, he's almost at 5 yards per carry. Like that's pretty good for a running back. I mean, you want them to be at least 4, right? And he's almost 5. So I don't want to say that that's completely what's happening because the numbers show that we're terrible at third down. But having less plays is a way to do it if you can sustain drives. But the problem is, because of the lack of execution in passing, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, we not.
But it ain't the running game.
We're not doing this by design. Yeah, we're not doing this by design.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Well, I mean, if you're running the ball and you're running the ball effectively, and then when you have to throw the ball third down, you gotta be making these completions at a much better clip than we are. I think they are trying to slow the game down. They want to play good defense and limit possessions. I know that's what we want to do because that's what defensive coaches do.
Who's to
and
say
I know
we
don't
aren't
think
playing to play like Baltimore? I know because I'm watching the game. But I don't understand this comment. I don't understand it at all. I'm watching the game. We're not converting third downs. We're not a run first offense like Baltimore. Even Kansas City, they run the football a lot. They are essentially for all intents and purposes.
People don't realize how much Kansas City runs the football, guys. But they run the football a lot. We know Baltimore and Miami runs the football a lot.
We're not. It's playing. I think you're reaching a little bit. This ain't the same. This is not the same. We know because we watched the game. We watched the football game. You can tell.
No, I know because we're not. And Jared said so. Because we're not.
We're not.
I think they want to run the ball. I think they want to run the ball and control the clock. I really do. But it still comes down to execution. And we haven't been executing in some aspects.
Those teams, how many times is Baltimore running the football?
We can check. Baltimore's got the 4th leading rusher in the NFL. He's tied with Christian McCaffrey. You know who that is?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Lamar Jackson. He's 4th in rushing.
I don't know why I didn't think that. The hell was I thinking?
4th in rushing, bro. Let me see. Baltimore. Let me pull this up. Baltimore Ravens run pass split.
Check that out. Check that out while we
I'm checking it.
I'm gonna go ahead and start giving the shout outs. All right. Again, while you watch this, man, if you're not following us on Twitter, you're missing out. I'm posting a lot of good stuff on Twitter. So follow us on Twitter at Panther Nation PC, Instagram as well. Shout out to my boy Patrick, does a lot of good things on Instagram. So shout out to him. If you want to become a Patreon, support our channel even further, patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. We also have for our MVP, shout out to our MVPs. We are giving away 2 more tickets, 2 more game tickets. I still have the 49ers game and I still have the Steelers game to give away. So if you want to have the opportunity to sit in the same seat that Dave sat in this week, make sure you become a MVP Patreon supporter, and I will do the next drawing most likely next Monday. Next Monday, I will do the next drawing. All right. So make sure y'all do that. And again, I still have some more items to give away. Hopefully, I can get some more stuff signed next week as well. So again, shout out to the franchise folks as well. Appreciate y'all support. Again, if y'all want to become a Patreon member, go to patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. The Baltimore Ravens, based on this website that I'm not sure I want to completely trust, but they're 22nd in
pass percentage. So they pass 56% of the time. There's only 5 teams in the league that passes less than Baltimore. The 5 teams in the league that passes under 50%. And that's the Giants, the Falcons, the 49ers, the Browns, and the Bears. The Carolina is 25th. They only pass 55% of the time. So Baltimore passes more by like 1 percentage point than Carolina. There was another team too. So Miami passes. Where's Miami at? Miami passes 65% of the time, which is 10th in the NFL. You won't believe who's number 1.
Nope.
The Jets at 74%, which is kind of wild.
Too many clamps. Shout out too many clamps. He says, I wonder if it's to increase his trade value to say he was part of the 53-man roster. I'm not sure who you're talking about. What is this super chat in regards to? So I'm not sure what you're talking about here. Appreciate it though. And then shout out to the free agents also. We can finish this up. Shout out to the free agents. Appreciate y'all support. Again, we'll be doing some more giveaways. Probably next week. We'll probably do some more giveaways. All right. Underdog Fantasy. Let me run this real quick. Run this thing real quick. Wow, let me.
What's going on, guys? This is Dave from PNP, and I'm here to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. I just want to remind you that's the easiest place to play. There ain't too many places where you can win 20 times your money in the same night, utilizing higher lowers in the pick'em game. And now they have pick'em insurance, where while you won't win the same amount of money that you did before, you can miss one and still bring home some money. So if you do it 3 times, you could potentially still get your money back if you end up missing one. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up today and use the code PNP when you do. And the $100 deposit match still stands. Underdog Fantasy. Just an FYI, they haven't put the data up for the 3rd game yet, so that was just for the first 2 weeks. But shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Somebody in the chat asked me earlier, do they have soccer? Yes, they do have soccer. They do pick'ems. They do higher lures and things of that sort for soccer.
Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, man. Great partner. Go over there and sign up. It helps us out tremendously. So please go over there.
It sure does.
UnderdogFantasy.com and sign up. The guy that got cut mentioned in the stream. I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that one, bro.
We out here reaching.
I don't know about that. Appreciate the super chat
in these streets. My God.
All right, Dave. Let's get into this. Stock up, stock down. Laviska Shenault came in. And I said, I came in here and I said, yo, we got on the joint with Chris from Charlotte Vibe. I said, yo, they asked us about Shenault. I said, get the man to rock. Chris said that, it may be some things that he didn't quite know the playbook. I said, yo, just draw something up. Just make it happen. And what did we do, Dave? We drew something up and we made it happen. Laviska Shenault takes one to the crib. 64 yards, or 67 yards on a quick pass, and took that joint to the house. Again, one of our best offensive plays, the best offensive play all game. 2 for 2 on targets to receptions, 90 yards. What's your thoughts on Laviska? Both of his catches was money.
Yo, man, I loved it. And I said it earlier, and I'll say it again just for emphasis. He now officially has more receiving yards than DJ Moore right now.
It's crazy.
But I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I hope he stays healthy. I think he's gonna be a great asset. You can put him in the backfield too. He can run the football as well. And I don't think nobody wants to see him on the open field if that's the case, bro. So kid's good. I like him, and I'm happy for him. I hope he stays here longer than this season.
Yeah, I really think we just scratching the surface when it comes to Laviska, man. I think there's so many ways we could use him. And I don't know if he's just struggling learning the playbook. I don't care what it is. Just get this man the football and tell him where to go in the huddle, bro. I think just get the football in his hands and let him go to work. And shout out to for the Port City, fam, he did ball out on special teams too. He has a nice kick return. And that's what we needed. We needed that. We need that to kind of help out. We need everything to help out our offense. If our offense need to be put in the best situation they could possibly be put in every time. So,
do you think if Shenault keeps playing like this, it's gonna make Andre Roberts expendable? I'm starting to think it
hell
might.
yeah. He's on. I don't know if he's on season in the IR or it's just the 4 game. But no matter what it is, I think if he plays like this, for sure he's gonna make, because he contributes. LaVisca contributes more on the actual offense than Andre Roberts was. Andre Roberts is just a return specialist. But LaVisca is doing both and doing both very effectively so far. Anyway, it's the first game, but both have been, he's been putting in work on both sides. So special teams and we've been talking about that too. Dave has been pounding the table with special teams. He's been the dude saying, "Yo, special teams. If you're not offering nothing on special teams, then you." And that's essentially what happened to damn Terrace Marshall, which we'll talk about in a little bit too. But yeah, man. It's a very good player, bro, and I think he's just what this offense need, another weapon. We just got to figure out how to get him more involved, moving forward, not just that one play or that one game. So I'm excited. And again, if anything, he starts to become somebody you got to watch. And again, the more people you got to watch on offense, the more effective their touches will be. The more effective Christian McCaffrey will be when he touches the ball. When you got a guy, let's say hypothetically we would put LaVisca and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. Who you gonna guard? Like, how you going? Like, those are the type of things I'm talking about. When you get more people involved, it makes Christian McCaffrey's life a lot easier because people have to watch everything. You can't just account for Christian McCaffrey.
Yep, I'm with you there, man. I was in the stands. I was cheering like crazy when that one man broke out and ran that touchdown, bro. So happy.
Yeah, we went nuts.
Yeah, man.
We went nuts.
That DJ stat line is gonna bother me. I'm happy for him, but it's a wild line, man. Shout out to Pat Coltrane. He ain't done any shows yet this season, has he? He hasn't done any shows yet, has he?
I don't know. I think he retired, bro.
I think my man held on to his retirement, Pat. I'm proud of you, bro. You held on.
Shout out to Pat, man. Shout out to Pat. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Stock down. Okay.
Of all the pitches you picked, that's the one you're rolling with?
It happened. It happened, Dave. Baker Mayfield. Okay, let's talk about it. They ranked 30th in QBR. My man had 11.3 QBR, Dave.
Oh, he had another low one.
11.3. Another low one. Low.
Was it lower than last week? Last week was bad too.
It did bad. They're bad. Okay. All right. So let's unpack a little bit of this, because I found some stats, because there's been a lot of cap going on, especially when it comes to the offensive line. Oh, I think like I said earlier, I saw the stat go out where he had 1.1 blah blah
That's
blah
false.
time in the pocket. It's all cap. That's is false. Not true.
I was false. There. I know how to count a second. He had more than a second.
It's false. Let me tell you something. This is according to PFF. This man has had 2.88 seconds as far as average time to throw the football. Dave, that ranks top 5 in the league in time to throw the football. Top 5. Top 5 behind.
Is there any now? I'm curious.
Top 5, Dave.
Did they do those stats last year too? Can you look up Sam Darnold, please? Can you look up Sam Darnold?
I might need some time, but I can do it.
Nah. It can wait. Just before the end of the show, I want to know what Sam and Teddy was. I want to know Teddy in 2020, Sam in 2021.
Yeah, I can look it up. Let's just get through this real quick. But he's
that's fine.
Top 5, 2.88 average time to throw, Dave. Top 5 behind Jalen Hurts, Marcus Mariota, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Fields. All have.
So he's in good company.
Great company. Behind him, Jacoby Brissett. I repeat. but Cleveland. No, right?
Cleveland. Yeah.
The great offensive line, right? We talked about that.
Fam,
Justin
know what
Herbert,
happened?
Russell Wilson. All those guys. That's the average 2.88 seconds. Time to throw.
I don't want to hear. Stop right there, man. I don't want to hear none of this. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that.
This man is a 5-year vet. Let me tell you why he gets no passes from me. Even on the first football, one of the first, I think it was on the first drive. I'm not sure what play it was. First couple of drives. This man does a play action, He does a play action bootleg and runs, instead of throwing the football away and living to fight another day, he takes the sack. He takes the sack and loses 3 or 4 yards. You're out the pocket. Awareness. You're a 5th-year vet, bro. You're a 5-year vet. It's no excuses. Why do we continue to make it? And again, I agree with y'all. Should we have given him more time in training camp? Should we have not done the pseudo competition? Yes, we should not have done that. He should have got all the reps.
That ain't got nothing to do. What you just said had nothing to do with the training camp time. You're a 5-year vet. You should know when you're out of the pocket.
Exactly. There's certain things bro. It's pitch and catch to DJ Moore, bro. DJ Moore is wide open and he's like 5 yards in front of you, and you overthrow him or throw it at his feet. Like, that's not acceptable, bro. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable, bro. It's not, for real. It's not. So let me continue, Dave, because it gets the plot. It thickens. It thickens, Dave. So, Dave, if you had to guess, how much time would you think Baker Mayfield had before he got sacked on average?
He had at least a second and a half, maybe 2.
Dave, this man has 3.89 seconds before he sacked.
Before he sacked.
Before he sacked.
That means he's holding the ball too long.
That he's holding on to the football, but he's also, and to his credit, he's also creating some time for himself because he does scramble, but he also scrambles into some sacks. But he has 3.89 seconds before he sacked, which means, yes, he's holding on to the football too long, which means you got to get rid of the football. Again, we saw, I think, Rex Ryan, the thing that's floating around on Twitter, showing him holding on to the football too long, and then he's scrambling around and he's running themselves into sacks. The windows are open. You have to let it rip. Throw the football. Dave, Lamar Jackson has 5.52 seconds. Obviously, Lamar gets busy because he runs around. Justin Herbert, 4.83 seconds. Trubisky, 4.72 seconds. And then you got
Trubisky gets busy too.
Fourth in the league in time before he's sacked. Time before he's sacked. It's not. So here we go. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, when we talk about this dude not having enough time, it's cap. He has plenty of time to throw the football. He has to identify the window, throw the football, bro. And listen, could it get better? Sure. Absolutely. Baker could get better. But what I've seen, this ain't it. This is not it. This is not it. And you know what's funny? You know what else I hear, Dave? I hear a lot of excuses about, he's had 5 different offensive coordinators.
Jason Campbell played efficient for 6 years and he had 6 different coordinators.
No, but my thing is this. My thing is this. Everybody goes back to 2020. We had a great year. Nobody, when he's playing well, nobody brings that up. But now that he sucks and he's not playing very well, now it's a talking point. In 2020, nobody was saying, he had 3 different offensive coordinators. He sucks. Or he's struggling because he had 3. No, he was playing well. And nobody said anything. Now that he's not playing well, it's a problem.
All I'm gonna say is this: if he keeps this up, we're gonna see Sam Darnold later this season. And I know you guys ain't gonna like it. And I know they feel like Baker's a better quarterback, and he could be. He just ain't a better quarterback right here with us. And as much grief you want to give Sam did turn the ball over a lot, but Sam was more accurate. You don't believe me? Look at the numbers. Even without McCaffrey, he was more accurate. DJ Moore is on pace. Moore is on pace to be under 750 yards this season receiving. And I think it's less than that. I'm just doing the math in my head. If he got 88 yards in 3 games, if he keeps this pace, he would only have he would have under 500 yards after 15 games with 2 more games to go. So yeah, he would probably he might hit under 600 really yards receiving at the pace that he's going right now. It's not good, bro. That's your number 1 wide receiver. He has to have more than that. So something's going to have to give. He ain't able to sustain drives. Whenever it's time, if we have to throw the ball on 3rd down, there's a very high chance that we're not going to get it, especially if it's a 3rd and long type of situation because he's inaccurate. Nobody wants to see Sam, but I don't want to see Baker either. I don't want to see none of these guys, to be honest with you. Maybe we can figure out a way to play quarterback without a quarterback. You know, just play Wildcat. Just play Wildcat all game. Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. So,
here you go. Shout out to Jared. I got it.
Oh,
I got
fault.
it. Yeah, I'm trash. There you go.
No, you got it.
Completion percentage, clean pocket, 57%. 32nd in the NFL.
It's not good, man. We not making up excuses when this man can't hit DJ Moore wide open. Like he's wide open, he threw it at his feet. Like it's not cool, bro. And I'm not accepting any excuses. If you told me, Baker's gonna get better, like yeah, cool. But why would a dude need more time to hit a guy that's 6-7 yards in front of him, wide open? Like that's not gonna just like. I don't understand. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, could it get better? Sure. Anything could happen. We expect Baker Mayfield to get better. But if you look at everything that happened during this game, bro, all the turnovers, this is not sustainable. This is not a sustainable win, a way to win a game. It's not. Your defense is not going to do this every week. Your special teams is not going to do this every week. Your special team is not going to have a blocked field goal every week. Your defense is not going to turn the ball over 3 times every week, 1 for a pick 6. It's not going to happen. Baker has to step up, bro. He's got to.
And he knows it. And the thing is, he knows it. He knows it. He knows everybody else building him out this week. He knows it. He knows it. Because he said it. So it's not news to him. He knows. He knows. But y'all, I'm just trying to prepare you guys, man. He can't. Now, I think the only saving grace he's going to have is if he keeps not turning the ball over and we're winning games with a quarterback that's averaging under 50% completion percentage, then I think Rhule will keep it in there because they're winning. But if we start losing these games and he starts turning the ball over, it's going to get ugly fast.
Quarterback going to have to make some plays at some point. Your quarterback's going to have to win you a game or two.
If you keep winning, it ain't going to matter. Now, if we lose to Arizona, we got to really have legitimate discussion.
But how many times are you going to win? Like, do I need to repeat what we needed to win this game?
No.
You're not going to win like that. You're not. It's not going to happen. You keep saying, I hear you. If we win, yeah. But did you see what we had to do to get this win?
I know, but my point is that if we keep winning, we're going to keep this behind in here. But if he's mediocre and we're losing, we're going to see Sam Darnold. But as long as we're winning, they're going to keep rolling with him because maybe they got just some ray of hope that he'll get better. But it's going to be a tough sell to pull him if we're winning football games. Like, if we just keep winning and he's still this inefficient, they're not going to pull him. This is what we just have to live with. That's just how I feel about it. Because based on what I've seen from the current head coach and what he's done so far, they're not pulling this man unless the games get really bad, and he is the sole reason of why they're losing. Because he made it sound, even in his presser yesterday, he was like, well, everybody's got to get better or something. Or when it was today when he said everybody needs to get better. The wide receivers need to get better. And I'm like, really? They do? They do? They're not running the right routes? DJ Moore not running the right routes?
Man, you know
what he's doing. We know what he is.
We know what Matt doing. That's that coddle the quarterback stuff, bro. Everybody got to take the blame and he said it. He said everybody got to make the quarterback be right. Like he said that today. He said the quarterback, you have to make the quarterback right at all costs. So if the quarterback throws an inaccurate pass, you essentially got to clean it up. Like everybody has to make the quarterback good. and make the quarterback right. That's what he said. So it's no secret. It's no secret.
This is are y'all about to pull this right up?
Yeah,
shout out to John Ellis.
I got the stats.
Yeah, I saw the stats.
Shout out to John.
And Jared pulled up some. Jared did a bunch of stats too. He did comparisons of DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey. He did a couple of them.
So people are saying, oh, because he started out this pretty much in a similar track in
this ain't similar. He's got 2 less touchdowns, and he was more accurate in 2020 than he is now. What are we talking about?
I'm just saying that's what
he has 10 more. He has 10 more completions with 4 more attempts.
And
he's more accurate.
11 less completion percentage.
40. Wait, pull that back up and pull that back up again. Let's do some quick math.
I got it. I think I got it. The percentages. It was 62% to 51%.
Yes, no. So he was the standard in 2020. He's no longer the standard now.
Yeah.
Turnovers, you saw that, right? More TDs.
You were breaking up a little bit. You breaking up, Dave.
No, I said he had more. All right, I should be back in a second. He had more touchdowns and turnovers in 2022. That accuracy comes at a cost, which is, I think you got to take the good with the bad with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is who he is. We know he is who I thought he was. And he's doing it with this offensive line. The best one that we've had in like years.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think Baker understands how lucky he is to have this offensive line compared to what we've had in the past.
I just don't understand.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from Baker. But yeah, it is what it is. He's got time. The bottom line with Baker Mayfield is he has time to throw the football. He has to find the reads. He's got to be able to find the reads, make a decision, and get rid of the football. He's holding on to the football too long. And then when he has time, he's not hitting the wide open guys. And what's frustrating about it is sometimes he has some good throws. Baker has some good throws sometimes.
I went at Baker's inaccuracy last week too. Go watch the tape. I've been critical of Baker's inaccuracy. I was critical last week too.
Yeah, we said below 50%.
I said it, and I just want to make sure we're clear. I understand it's a team sport. I understand there's pieces of the puzzle, but I don't give a damn who you are. You can't win a bunch of games if you keep being this damn inaccurate. You can't. You cannot. I ain't saying Baker's got to be, and it's just like I said about Sam Darnold last season. I just need average Sam. I just need an average quarterback in there. Everything else is there for them for the taking. You have some good wide receivers. You got a phenomenal running back. You have a decent defense. You have pretty good defense too. You have everything you need to succeed. You shouldn't have to win the game for us. Just don't turn the ball over and keep getting first downs. That's all you got to do. I don't need you to be Aaron Rodgers. I don't need you to be prime Russell Wilson. I don't need you to be Mahomes. I just need your ass to be Trent Dilfer. Can you be Trent Dilfer? Just give me Trent. Give me Trent. That's all I need. Just give me Trent Dilfer, and we might make the playoffs this year. But you're not giving me Trent Dilfer. Shit, I'll take Jake. Give me Jake. But you ain't got that type of fire. You ain't built like that. But just my point is that just be a game manager that don't turn the ball over and can sustain drives. Reduce the 3 and outs. Just be a little bit more accurate. That's all I need him to do.
I didn't see any pass skip.
He actually didn't have any batter down this week.
I didn't see any.
I don't think he did.
No.
But I don't need this guy to be I don't need him to be an all-pro quarterback, is all I'm saying. I just need him to be a game managing quarterback. And that's what Rhule wants. Like, you guys don't want to admit it, but that's what he wants. He doesn't want a quarterback that can win him the game. He wants a quarterback that isn't going to turn the ball over and that can sustain drives and have a higher time of possession.
Bro, that theory has yet to prove itself worthy. It sounds nice, but we ain't got now we ain't
not
had
with this coaching staff. But I had a whole thread about folks comparing us to the Detroit Lions, and I had to go ahead and clear that up because there's folks that don't understand what Detroit's been going through.
This might be true too. Jared said he fixed his batted pass by aiming too high. It might be for real talk. That might be true accurate, for bro. Real, because all his passes were high. It was high to CMC, high to DJ Moore. He couldn't either one of those. It could be right. Could be right. But all right, let's move on from Baker. And here is his pass chart for today. I remember, man, it was
dude, he's very accurate in the middle of the field. I can tell you that.
Actually, he is. If you look at his deep passes too, he's like most accurate throwing the football 20 plus yards in the middle of the football field. See, that's where he's most accurate. If you look at his overall pass, all of his passes with the Panthers so far. But I remember a couple of years ago, Dave, if a chart looked like this, we were up in arms because
it was Teddy. But you know what? Yeah, I'm keeping my mouth shut. We're not
gonna go there. But I remember when this would ruffle some feathers. But yeah, anyway, I just want y'all to see this.
Around this time, that quarterback was like 4th in the league in passing after 3 games. 4th in the league in passing. That's what y'all want, right? Oh, never mind. Moving on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Chinn had a hell of a game, man, and I'm happy he's back. I think he heard the people talking. Jeremy Chinn had 8 tackles, 1 sack, a tackle for loss, 2 pass deflections, a quarterback hit. This dude was all over the place, and I was about to put out a BPA for him, a missing persons alert. This dude was MIA, missing in action, B. And now he came back with a vengeance. And this is the Jeremy Chinn we like seeing, close to the line of scrimmage, making those plays close to the football. And I like it. He's great. Jeremy Chinn was back. Had a couple of good PPUs.
So what do you
go ahead?
But now here's the question of the day. I mean, I think I have to give credit to the coaching staff because they actually thought about the situation that they had in front of them. They had an injured Jameis Winston. They knew that they were going to have to run the ball a lot, and they actually put Jeremy Chinn in the box, which is where he flourishes, by the way.
Yeah, it was a lot of loaded boxes. Pause. A lot of loaded boxes. I went back and watched the game. It was a lot of guys in the box. Pause. And Jeremy Chinn was playing close to the line of scrimmage. I think this coaching staff really does try to do adjust their game plan game by game. So our defense. I don't think we're going out there trying to just force our scheme down anybody's throat. Like it's really they really try to adjust based on the personnel. Because Matt Rhule talked about how we dropped back Brian Burns last week so many times. He said that's a scheme. It was a scheme thing. It was due to what the Giants like to do, and they're really trying to play chess out there when it comes to the defense. And so they did a good job. They won the chess match yesterday. They won it. Granted, we did give up a lot of rushing yards. We gave up a lot on the defense. A lot of passing yards. Secondary got roasted a little bit, but it kind of worked out because we made it happen on the defense side of football. But yeah, man. So Jeremy Chinn again. I like what I saw from Jeremy. What you think, Dave?
I hope they try to utilize him closer to the box more often. But I have a feeling that this was just more of a scheme for this particular game, considering their circumstances. So, like next week against the Cardinals, I don't anticipate we're going to see him as much there. But we shall figure it out.
I'm happy. Super chats. It says, I think Arizona the Arizona game is a turning point. If we are CJ Stroud, Bryce Young team or wild card team, we can't go 1-3 with a ton of sturdy matches coming. It's very true. Very true. Nice chart, fella. Hey, I got that from Next Gen Stat. That ain't mine. Go to nextgenstats.com. They do it every week. But yeah, man. I think again, Jeremy Chinn, great game. I hope he is this effective every game. Move him back in the box and make him go to work. I like it. They unleashed Jeremy Chinn yesterday. All right.
So Lokes man hitting that like button. Y'all need to hit that like button too. We got 300 people watching. Let's go and get that like button popping today, man. We gotta get these likes up.
Yeah, turn the likes up, man. Turn the likes up. All right, CJ Henderson, bro. It's about time for me to come to the front of the altar, Dave, because y'all know I'm a CJ Henderson fan. And it's I know we 3 weeks in, but it ain't looking too hot for my man. It's not looking too hot for my man. CJ Henderson, dog.
Just say he went to the wrong floor. Just say he went to the wrong floor of the school and keep it moving, man.
Oh. Yeah,
I said just say he went to the wrong floor of the school and keep it moving.
He ain't looking good, bro. So Olave went nuts yesterday, and it wasn't just on him. It was not just on him, but CJ Henderson did give up 3 receptions on 3 targets for 72 yards, and that's just against Olave. Olave went nuts, and this guy didn't do too much better either. Dante Jackson also 2 receptions on 3 targets for 50 yards. Everybody not named Jeremy Chinn, bro. I mean, not named J.C. Horn. From a cornerback perspective, it ain't looking too hot. It ain't looking too hot. We got something got to give. And again, I think we were playing a little bit of soft coverage, especially towards the end of the game. We started playing that prevent bullshit, and they started making things shake. But Olave went nuts, and I don't like it. Those guys got to do better. Those guys got to do better. Olave snapped. He snapped on us, dog. Yeah, Keith Taylor probably. Yeah, I think Keith Taylor did play a little bit yesterday. He did play. I got to pull up the stats, but he did play a little bit. But both Dante Jackson and CJ Henderson, and Dante got hurt again, and I'm not sure. Yeah, they say it's not. They asked Matt Rhule about it, and I don't think it's too serious. Shout out to Big Low, man. Big Low came through. Yeah, we did dismantle. We did dismantle the Saints, bro. Got him up out of here.
We're here to help.
Got him up out of here.
Here to help.
Shout out to Big Low, man. Shout out
to Big Low, man.
But yeah, both of these guys, we gotta do better. And Dante, again, he stays injured, bro. Like this is kind of an ongoing thing. Now he got his bag. He did get his bag. He got paid. So it's it is what it is. But it's Dave. What you thinking, man?
We knew who he was, right? Dante's a CB. Dante's a CB2. We know who he is. And we're gonna see more Crystal. And I know Michael Thomas got hurt in this game, so Olave stepped up to the plate with the opportunity that he had. But yeah, Dante was just getting beat. He just had a rough day. But we know who he is. This is the same guy that we paid. We wanted to pay him because we knew we couldn't get too many people better. J.C. Horn's our one. I just hope folks are aware of that. He's our one, dude. And Dante's a 2. So the question became, do you want to spend that much money on a 2? And the fan base said yes, and we did. So that's that.
But yeah, okay. Overall, even looking at some of the past games, man, he's him and CJ are struggling a little bit. Excuse me.
You good, man?
Yeah, I'm straight. Get some water. Hold on.
Yeah, I just pulled up the score to the Giants-Cowboys game, and not much to be desired. I can tell you that. All right, while he gets himself situated, I agree. We probably should have paid him. But it ain't look like he's in a much better spot right now in Indianapolis, even though Indianapolis finally got a win this week. I can't help that man from another state, bro. You good, man?
I'm straight, man. I just had something on the wrong pipe real quick.
Yeah, pause. Man, that happens. Yep.
Somebody got cool and said, help that man.
Yeah, man. I'm like, bro, I can't do digital CPR. I asked my daughter about it. She in CPR class, and she said, nah, that ain't possible.
That's funny.
And by the way, just to give you, by the way, on another note, just to give you a quick laugh, my daughter.
That's funny. No, that's funny.
Stop.
That is funny right there.
Stop.
Yo. That's funny.
Stop.
That's funny.
Stop. I'll tell you a quick story. So right before we went live, my daughter called me because normally like she subscribes to the channel. So she'll look at the title of the video or whatever. And she called me and was like, y'all won this week?
That's funny.
That's what she said. Because she understood how long it's been since we won a game. Because every Sunday after the game, she will either be with me. If she's with me, she'll see that we lost since we ain't won in like 9 games. Or if I go alone, she'll ask me, did we win? And I have to look at her. And she could tell by my face what the answer is going to be. So she called me and I said, oh, y'all won. Y'all won today? Y'all won yesterday? I'm like, yeah. I was like, A&T won too. But anywho.
Yeah, but both of those guys get stocked down, man. We got to do better in the secondary. Dante Jackson and CJ Henderson, both, to me, were stocked down. All right, let's move on. Derrick Brown. Again, all I gotta do is point back to my video where y'all called him a bust last year. And basically everything I said is coming to fruition, bro. I told y'all that from a PFF perspective, the jump happens in year 3 for interior defensive linemen. I compared the interior defensive linemen that were picked in the top 10, just like he was, and he's starting to make the same jump. His PFF score already jumped like 15 points from last year. And I know it's early, 3 games, but the man he's putting in work. He's got an interception now. He's bodying out here, bro. Derrick Brown is having and it is contracts, coming up and all that. So I know I'm just saying it is what it is.
The caveat.
Yeah, but he's balling, bro. He's balling right now. And I told y'all I was coming. I tried to tell y'all. I go back and watch the video. Just Google Derrick Brown bust. Mine be the top video. I'm telling y'all, go back and watch it. And exactly what I said is happening. And I don't know if I still have the data. Let me see if I still have it.
It's National Pancake Day. Why does every day has to be a day?
Let me see if I could. So yeah,
I needed that touchdown by Saquon.
Let me put it in numbers right now. See if I could see how accurate I am.
D Brown for wide receiver. Maybe he's a big enough target for Baker.
Hey,
y'all are savages.
Yo, he laid out, bro. He laid out for that pick, Derrick Brown. He laid out for that pick. Yeah, man. So he is definitely, man. He actually made a better jump than Quentin Williams did in his year 3. Let me see, 8.1. Yep. It's funny. He's having the same jump that Ed Oliver had, the same jump that Marcel Darius had, a bigger jump than Sue, and a bigger jump than Gerald McCoy in year 3. Yep. So I'm right. Derrick Brown, he's balling. Just like I told you I would. But yeah, man. No, you have to be patient. You gotta look at stuff in context, man. Those guys, that's a grown man's game in the trenches, bro. Their bodies got to get adjusted. But yeah, man, shout out to Derrick Brown, bro. Shout out to Derrick Brown. Any more thoughts on Derrick Brown, Dave?
Look, balling. I'm freezing, but
you breaking up. You breaking up. I think we got the point. Dog, Terrace Marshall is on stock down. Terrace Marshall, again, this is another one where I might have to come to the front of the altar, and because Terrace Marshall he is inactive and he's chilling. Dave, you gotta wait till you come back before you start talking. Now you back. You back now. Go ahead.
My internet's a mess. I can tell because I'm looking at my one bar.
You back now? Go
5G. Ahead. He ain't getting activated again for the remainder of the season as long as everybody within the wide receiver core.
Oh man, Dave. So Matt Rhule talked about this though. Matt Rhule talked about this during the press conference. He said, we had to make a decision. I don't know who it was that I think it might have been Joe Person asked. He said, was Terrace Marshall's inactive status due to Laviska Shenault being active? And he said yes. And he said exactly what Dave has been saying for the longest is that, he offers a special teams situation. So when it comes to the jersey, Matt Rhule essentially echoed exactly what Dave has been saying. Exactly. Like the word for word, damn near. So Terrace Marshall, like he's saying, may not get a jersey for the rest of the year if Laviska continues the ball like that. Because then you have to sit Higgins. And they want to get Higgins more involved. So, fam, it ain't looking good for
Higgins
your boy.
Higgins is Baker's boy. So, like, as long as
Exactly.
Baker's a starter, bro, Higgins is gonna get activated, even if you don't run a route. So, yeah. You can't give everybody a jersey on game day, guys. So think about the receivers that we're activating. We're activating 5 on game day, right? It's 5. It's Robbie, DJ, Shenault, Shy, and Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Am I missing anybody?
No, I think that's it.
That's the 5, right? So they're gonna give 5 jerseys. They're doing 5. So you got to get rid of one of those 5 to get Terrace Marshall's jersey. And the only ones you can get rid of are the ones that don't play special teams. So that'll be DJ, and Robbie. Which one you dropping? Because Higgins plays special teams, don't
he? I think he does, like gunner. I don't know if he does gunner or whatnot, but I know Shaw returns punts.
That's my point. So my point is,
and Shenault does kickoff.
Yeah. So my point. So I'm trying to explain it to the chat is that to get Terrace Marshall active, you gotta give up DJ Moore's jersey or Robbie Anderson's jersey. Which one you giving up? None of them. You're not. So he's going to be inactive for man of the season unless somebody gets hurt.
The hope would be that he overtakes Higgins.
But he can't. He's not going to, bro. As long as Baker's the quarterback.
Because Baker's they kind of backed themselves in the corner with that. Yeah, Baker, that's his boy. So I don't think that's going to happen. Andre Roberts is on IR, which is partially why Shenault is getting the touches. We might not see Roberts again either.
But then again, it goes back to that. Let's say Roberts do come back and Matt Rhule decides to bring Roberts in. That means Roberts is going to get the jersey, not Terrace Marshall. It's about the need.
I don't.
There's no scenario unless somebody gets hurt.
I don't think we're gonna see Andre Roberts again.
I don't think we are either. My point stands. If he did come back, the debate would be who's getting the jersey between Shenault and Roberts, not Terrence. He's not in the debate, and that's the problem.
Yeah, he should be in a debate. That's the problem is that he even as a second round pick with as much potential as he has, he should be overtaking Higgins. And all we keep hearing in the press conference is Matt Rhule saying we got to get Higgins more involved. In the press conference, he said Higgins played in the red zone. We want to get him in the red zone, but that was it. So they want to get Higgins the football more, and they don't want to give. It doesn't seem like Terrace Marshall is going to overtake Higgins. So it's tough, bro. That's a tough.
We're still not in a discussion of whether or not he's a bust, right? I mean, this is the second season, so we're not. I'm not there, but this is not encouraging.
Yeah, and when you talk about Higgins, Higgins is only on, I believe, on a 1-year deal. So long term, so 1-year deal. Yeah, 1-year deal. So long term, Terrace isn't done yet, but. You breaking up, Dave. Can't hear you.
Beat this guy out too. No, I'm coming back. And Shaw Smith beat this guy out too. Because he had a better day offensively. He's had better days offensively too in off seasons.
Shaw Smith did beat. Yeah, Shaw Smith has beaten now as a 6th round pick, beating out Terrace Marshall as well. Terrace Marshall got to stay healthy. Number one, he's gonna have plenty of time to heal up right now because I don't see him touching the field anytime soon. So yeah. Dwayne Jarrett, and that other name I can't say because y'all say I'm jinxing him. But yeah, man. So Terrace Marshall definitely sucks, bro. It sucks. I hate it. I hate to see it because that's one I love. I like Terrace Marshall, bro. I hate to see this, but it is what it is. All right, JC, bro. JC had himself a day. Dave, he gave up 0 yards. I know somebody tagged me on the touchdown pass, where he was lined up on homie. It looks like he floated back. I don't know if that was a zone or what, but it looks like they attributed that touchdown pass to Miles Hartsfield in PFF. So that touchdown pass that JC was lined up on homie, they gave that one to Miles Hartsfield. So I mean, if you account for that, JC 0 yards given up, targeted 3 times, and you look in the past 3 games, or excuse me, the past 2 games, he's only given up 4 yards total. Complete shutdown mode.
Well, let's go. Let's look at all. Let's go to all 3 games and shout out to Natalie Miller for this stat line. JC Horn through the first 3 games of the season, 5 catches for 35 yards on 10 targets and 1 interception. Dude, they're not throwing to him, and he's shutting down whoever the hell throws to him. So we finally got our shutdown corner, guys.
Yeah, and if you look at that, the bulk of it, all that came from week 1, basically, because he ain't done. He's clamped his seatbelt, strapped everybody else since then. Now, granted, if I could play devil's advocate, I will say that we ain't played no real good quarterbacks. James is spinal injury, broken spinal back, all that, and then you got Daniel Jones, who ain't mid, then Jacoby. So if I could play devil's advocate, that's what I would say. But I still think that that JC is doing his thing, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see next week. Kyler Murray. I don't even know who is they. When's D-Hop coming back, Dave? Is he back?
6 games. 6 games. He's suspended 6 games.
6 games.
He's suspended 6 games.
We're gonna miss D-Hop.
So he won't be there. He won't be here. It don't matter. I don't care. It don't matter. We will beat them dudes every week. If we lose to the Cardinals, then now we got to have a different discussion about Baker, because Baker's messing all the traditions up. Beating the Cardinals is one of them. Kyle Allen beat the Cardinals.
Yeah. So the card. Yeah. So I think JC's balling right now, and it's gonna be interesting to see who he goes up against, who he lines up against next week. It should be fun.
Listen, man. I know what I said on Twitter earlier today. At the time, yeah, I did. We still need a middle linebacker, guys. Just want to remind y'all. We had a lot of needs though, so I wasn't mad at the JC Horn pick. If you asked me who I would have preferred, I probably would have preferred a middle linebacker. We're still going to keep talking about Luke until we replace him with somebody that's actually good. I don't even think that he needs to be Luke. He just got to be good. But I'm happy JC Horn's on the squad because he's balling. We got to shut down corner. We ain't have a corner this good since Christian Gamble if he keeps this right.
Yeah, and if you look at it right now, JC is the 4th highest graded cornerback in the league right now, according to PFF. So who is he with? Jonathan Jones is number 1, ranked number 1 from New England. Jamel Dean, number 2 from Tampa. Jalen Ramsey, number 3 from the Rams. JC Horn, number 4. So that's who he's. I mean, it's balling. I mean, we have
good company.
Yeah, we haven't had this since what? Josh Norman, James Bradbury. I would say Josh Norman really, his amazing year. We haven't seen this kind
but
of.
He only had one. But he only had like one amazing year, right? One. Really
yeah, but I'm just saying, JC was down last year. He went down, so we ain't really seen this. But you breaking up, Dave.
But he was on his way. Just on his way.
Breaking up.
And Josh Norman didn't start that strong.
Repeat what you said, Dave.
I said JC was on his rookie season. JC was on his way prior to the injury. Josh Norman took years to get to that point. Josh Norman at one point didn't get a jersey because of how bad he was. So it took Josh Norman more time, is what I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Y'all keep telling you better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Dave, you breaking up bad. You just gotta stop talking until you clear on your side, bro.
There's no such thing as clarity.
No, you got it, but you can tell when you go in and out though. Now you good.
Well, I look at my bar. I look at my bars. My bars will tell me when I start seeing my Wi-Fi bars. I know I'm about to go. So but what it boils down to, man, my Wi-Fi. Look, I'm at somebody else's crib, so I had a hotspot, and cell phone reception is a lost art here. Like I got one bar. I've been running with one bar of Verizon, because that's the only thing that works out here. So that's why I got a phone that does satellite now.
Shout out to Eddie Pinheiro. He's balling right now. I can't tell if that's John Casey or Eddie. The 4 throws me off because this man is making his shit. Okay, 5 of 5.
Maybe that's why he was. Maybe they were. But then again, I was gonna say maybe that's because they knew he was wearing the 4. But then I had to remember the folks who are at the franchise right now probably don't realize who John Casey is, what he meant to the organization, and things of that sort, which is why they gave him the 4. But the man hasn't missed a field goal yet. So far, you're wearing the number proud, my man. So keep this up.
Yeah.
Has not missed a field goal yet.
Yeah, has not missed a field goal. 5 for 5 extra points, 4 for 4 in field goals. He's 5 for 5 between 30 and 39 yards, 2 for 2 between 40 and 49 yards. His longest is a kick of 48. So he hasn't kicked anything 50 plus, which is cool. We'll take that. But I like it. He's making what the kicks he attempts. Can't be mad at that. So shout out to Eddie, man, because we thought we was gonna be hurting after your boy went down. So it's good to see him cook.
Yes,
yeah, because Zane. Yeah, he not coming back until next year, but
he in trouble.
It appears as if we are in good hands until that happens. All right, so all good. Next up, Dave. There y'all go. Y'all wanted it. Y'all got it.
He deserves
Johnny Hekker. He had 4 punts inside of the 10. Like, I don't think y'all realize, like, that's part of what it took to get this victory. Having him pin the offense back into the 10 4 times behind the 10-yard line. Like,
but that's why we brought him in. Like that.
Yeah, but he has not done that until this game. He ain't done that. He's had some pretty bad punts up until this game. He had a couple of good ones, but the consistency that I saw, now y'all can talk y'all shit. Because prior to that, he was not doing this. He was not doing this. Just keep it a buck. Are we gonna keep it a buck? Or are we gonna cap?
I'll give it to you. He had a couple bad ones, but he had some pretty damn good ones too before this game.
He did. He cast a couple of good ones, but no, this game was the first game I could say, all right, this made a difference. Because it did. It did. No, it did. I'm being honest. It made a difference. And I had not seen that consistently until this game. From him in a Panther uniform.
One thing I've learned about being a fan of this team is that the franchise historically has been about playing phenomenal defense. Like historically, that's our MO. Every coach was about that defense life. So the key to having a really good defense is you got to have some really good special teams as well. And I think that comes down to the punter and how good your field goal kicker is. You got to have all those things clicking, man. And then, typically if you want to have a phenomenal defense, you want to sustain drives with the run game too. So, because
you was talking too long, Dave. Now you breaking up.
Hackers,
you breaking up.
I say all that to say I'm coming back. I say all that to say Hekker was pretty much the sleeper pickup of the offseason based on what we know what this coaching staff wants to do. And now we're seeing why. He had a phenomenal game yesterday, bro. Phenomenal game. And we needed it. We needed
credit. I give him all the credit.
We had a quarterback
in the world, bro.
Yeah, we had a quarterback that threw for below 50% of his passes.
Yep, and without him pinning them back, and without the defense playing the way they played, that we would not have won this game because our quarterback play was so off. I can't
hear you, Shah, but I'm gonna fix that in a minute.
Yeah, I think they can hear me just fine. Yeah, you gotta fix what's on your side. All right, so again, that's Johnny Hekker. Johnny Hekker, shout out to Johnny Hekker. This was great. He had a great game. I can't even hate. Great game for Johnny Hekker.
Yeah, big game for Johnny Hekker. I didn't hear anything you just said because my AirPods went out. So let's keep it moving. What's the next guy?
Anything. That's it. Here we go. The rookie report. That was it. And shout out to Louisville. I didn't put Louisville on this. He had a great game.
Louisville's not. You talking about stock up, stock down?
I meant stock up, stock down. Yeah, I meant stock up, stock down. I didn't put Louisville on stock upside down. He had a great game. I think he's continuing what he's been. I didn't put Burns up there. I think those guys have kind of set the bar where they are. I could have put him up there. Shout out to Louisville, man. He is balling. He's balling. I could have threw him up there. Rookie report for Icky. Again, nobody else is getting any burns, so it's just gonna be Icky. 61 snaps, 2 hurries. He didn't give up a sack for the first time all year. We got to take our victories. We'll take our victories. So yeah, man. That's really it for the rookie report. And then let's see. Dave, the Rhule-o-meter. And I didn't ask you. I figured it'd be pretty high up there. I figured it'd be pretty high up there. So I didn't ask you where you were gonna sit. So we're gonna implement this. And I bring this up because I really want people to understand where we stand from the Fire Rhule perspective. And that win was a great win. We needed that win, right? But this man still has a long way to go before he can prove he's safe in my eyes as a fan, right? It's going to take more than just a victory over the Saints. We need to string together 4 or 5 good weeks before I can say, all right, this guy's it. But for right now, bro,
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I would probably lower.
That's why you started breaking up, because you said you was gonna lower it. You bugging. You bugging, Dave.
No, I'm not. No, I know I'm probably still breaking up right now, but no, I would lower it a little bit. Not like down to the bottom, but like I would put my full, I'll put my head down maybe like about an inch lower. Not too much lower, but out of the blue is my point. My head will be out of the blue. I will be out of the blue. Just a little bit lower than you. And the only reason why I got to give the man credit, Darnold. Baker did not have a good game from a quarterback standpoint. He did make the right call to freaking call up Shenault. Shenault was a big factor in this game winning. They schemed really well. The players executed on special teams. The players executed on defense. He had a really good game plan. I got to give the man credit. You put Jeremy Chinn in the box, I got to give the man credit. So I will lower it just a tad. Now, that being said, if we lose to Arizona next week, I'm not a Rhule truther.
You are, man. You a Rhule truther now, B.
I'm not a Rhule truther. I'm just saying you got to give the man credit where it's due. He had a really good game plan. Like, if we're gonna do it, we got to do it right. We got to be fair, Rashad.
I'm fair. I'm being fair. This win doesn't move the needle for me. It's a start.
No,
it is a start.
My point is the Rhule that showed up the first 2 weeks is different than the one that showed up yesterday. That's my point. So you got to give him credit. Because the Rhule that showed up 2 weeks.
See, every time you about to say some cap, you start breaking up.
Listen, I should be clean now.
You good now.
The Rhule that showed up 2 weeks ago for the first 2 weeks is not the same Rhule that showed up yesterday. Because if the Rhule that showed up the first 2 weeks would have lost that game yesterday. That's what I'm saying.
Rhule didn't. I think that's cap, bro.
No, it's not.
That's cap. The
to
defense
put Jeremy
played
Chinn,
well, bro. That's Phil Snow. That's a snow call. That's a snow thing.
So we're not gonna give the head coach any credit.
No.
I'm just trying to be fair, man. I know we want him gone. I know a lot of the fan base wants this man gone. But the reality too is that he ain't gonna go away if he's winning football games. And you got to give him man credit. You got to give the man credit. Because like I said,
in all seriousness, it's like I said, it's a start. It's only a start. That's where we start. When you start stringing together multiple victories, you string together good football week to week to week to week, then you start to change my mind. That's when you start to see it come down to the safe zone. But until then, I think Jared, until this, where'd Jared's chat go? Until this changes, bro.
Are you're like he got to score 17 points and win it?
If you can't, come on, bro. Like, listen, you're not gonna win many. My whole point is this: you're not winning many games the way you won today or yesterday. I'm not hating; it's the truth. You're not gonna win many games when you are leaning on your defense to create 3 turnovers, score 7 points, have a blocked field goal, and all this. Hecker pinning them back. In the 10-yard line, but behind the 10-yard line, you need all of that. And then LaVisca Shenault running for 67 yards that accounted for almost 50% of your quarterback's total production. You're not going to win many games like that. These are just facts. This is not cap. This is facts. Everything I'm saying is a fact. You're not going to win many games like that. So until you show me that you can find another way to win and keep it consistent, then we talking. That's how you get the number down, or whatever. I'll change the chart. I see your comments with the chart, but you're not gonna win many games like this, bro. It's just facts. So now find another way to win. Get your offense going. That's what's gonna make me move my needle. Pause.
We'll see what happens next week.
Pause.
We'll see what happens on Sunday.
Pause on that.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you're right, sir. You're absolutely right. That Denver defense was world beating. Our defense is not world beating.
In the preseason, I said I didn't want any parts of that defense. When Denver was playing New England, I told all the Patriots fans I know up there, I want y'all to beat Denver's behind, because I had no interest in seeing them in Super Bowl 50. None whatsoever. I knew what it was. I know what a historic defense looks like. I've seen them. I've seen the Bucks in 2002. I've seen the Ravens in 2000. I've seen the Legion of Boom. I know what those defenses look like. Denver had one of those. Denver had no flaws. Go back and look at that starting lineup. And you had one of the best defensive coordinators of all time running it in Wade Phillips. Go look back at that lineup. Go back. Denver's defense was different. Peyton Manning was playing so bad he got benched during the season. He got benched to Brock Osweiler, and they were still winning. That's a defense, guys. Like if we had a defense that was winning like these games right here, the game that Baker won, if that keeps running to point and we end up with like 11 or 12 wins, then we could talk about how phenomenal it is. Then we could talk about historic shit.
Facts.
If you win with the quarterback we got now, Denver was out there winning with Brock Osweiler. They bitched Peyton Manning because he couldn't throw the ball more than 20 yards. And then he started in the Super Bowl and beat our ass. No, he didn't. He didn't beat our ass. The defense did. Defense outscored us. You know? So, I digress. I'm done.
Again, if we're going to lead this, listen, I think our defense is solid, but it's not to be leaned on for victories. They breaking up again. But yeah, this we can't lean on our defense to win like that.
No, I want to. Now I'm back.
Go ahead.
I'm back. All right. Peyton Manning broke the passing TD record the year before he lost his arm. So what are we talking about, guys? What are we talking about here? The league hasn't changed since then. It was a passing league then. It's a passing league now. So I don't want to hear that. Great defense. Great defenses always can win these chips. Don't give a damn what you say. Don't believe me? Look at the data. The data shows it. But anyway, I'm done. I'm assuming this is the last. Do we have a Baker-O meter too?
No, I'm not doing O meters for nobody else but Rhule. This is the only old meter we getting. I
just want to make sure.
I'm good. But yeah, we'll track this every week. And like I said, in order for me, I'm staying right where I'm at, right next to it's. Not, I'm not through the hot seat meter. I'm not through the hot seat yet. Once it fills up, it's a wrap for him. But for right now, like you need more. I need to see more consistent play from our team. Not just up and down. You're not gonna win many games like this, bro. It's just unless what y'all are saying, y'all going back to Denver. Denver was a consensus number 1 defense in the league. Stats, everybody's opinion. We don't have that defense. We just gave up, for God's sakes, week 1, we just gave up 217 yards rushing, bro. And then we just let Jameis Winston carve us up for 300 and some yards in the air. We don't have that defense.
All I'm going to say is this. In Super Bowl 50, Carolina had the number one offense in the NFL and the number 2 defense in the NFL. Denver had the number 1 defense in the NFL, and I promise you their offense wasn't top 20.
It wasn't. Yeah, I think,
and they won.
Yeah. It wasn't top. I don't know if it was top 20 or not, but it was down. It wasn't good.
But it wasn't top 10.
Yeah. No.
I can tell you that.
It wasn't.
You ain't gonna tell me that Brock Osweiler was out here with a top 10 offense. I don't believe it. I could confidently say that Brock Osweiler and Peyton Manning.
Where you been? Where you been the first couple weeks, bro? Where you been the first couple weeks? Are you coming out the woodworks because Rhule got a victory now? You a Rhule truther, bro?
No, leave that there because I want to tell him another stat. I'll ask you a question, Rashad. Stop. No, Rashad. I'm gonna ask you some questions, bro. What was what record what was the record of the team that John Fox inherited?
I don't remember.
All right, what was the record of the team? I'll tell you, it was 1-15. What was the record of the team that Ron Rivera inherited? They were 2-14.
Pretty bad.
2-14. Probably the worst. I think the 1-15 Panthers would beat that 2-14. But I say all that to say, I could argue that Rhule had the best situation out of any new head coach we hired. That previous team won 5 games. He ain't broke 5 games yet.
It's almost like we don't watch other teams either. Like we look at the Panthers in isolation. It's like it's almost like Cincinnati didn't have a new coach a couple years. Took him a couple years, and they one year they were in the Super Bowl. Am I tripping? How long was my man the coach before they made it to the Super Bowl? It's almost like other football teams just don't exist. It's almost like this dude has one of the worst coaching records as for having being a 3rd-year head coach. It's just facts. We just talking facts.
It sucks that my internet is trash. But go to my Twitter handle, man. I did a thread on some history about the Panthers and had the comparisons of Rhule when you talk about the other head coaches that this franchise has had. And right now, he's looking like he's going to be George Seifert. But the difference is George Seifert won 5 Super Bowls. He won 5 Super Bowls with the 49ers, 2 as a head coach, 3 as an assistant coach for the San Francisco 49ers. He came in here. He never had a losing record. He had every season he had at least he had a winning record every season in his career until he came to Carolina, where he didn't have a single winning record. And at the end of his career, it was 1-15. I stand to this day. He's not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame because he came to coach Carolina and he ended at 1-15.
Bro, don't come to me with this crap. What you're not gonna do? What you're not gonna do is call me out for not getting. Bro, I always if I'm wrong, bro, I'm like one of the only YouTubers that comes up in here and be like, "Yo, I'm wrong." I'll be up here. I'll be the first dude up here to say I'm wrong. So hey, bro, like I'm all for the banter, but what you're not gonna do is call me out for something that's not true. I always give credit where credit is due. If it's due, I give it. I have no problem. If Matt Rhule is the dude, he turns his joint around. I'll be the first person saying I'm the guy. I was wrong. I'll give him his credit. But when I'm right, what you should do is come up here and say I'm right. Don't come up here and try to run a victory lap after one victory. This dude's been trashed this first couple years. 5 wins.
This is our first home win in a year. Bro. This is our first win in a year. This is our first win in a year, and he's like saying, "Yo, man, give him credit." We gave him credit. He won the game.
You're not about to do that, fam. I'm the only dude. I'm like one of the only YouTubers that'll come up here and say I'm wrong, bro. I'll always do that. So I don't know if you just started watching yesterday, but you could, you might just come on, bro. If you're gonna check me, come with some facts, dog. Come with some facts. Tell me where I haven't owned up.
Don't worry, man. The rule truthers are out there, man. It's okay. Y'all gave me the rule truth just because I wanted to lower my head down under the blue. I still think it should be a little lower because I am going to give him credit for the win, but it doesn't change the fact that if he loses next week, that should be higher than where my head is right now. It'll be higher because we ain't lost to the Cardinals in a very long time. And that's going to tell me a lot. And I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is a good coach. So, but we can have that a separate. Maybe we'll have that discussion on Wednesday when we talk to the Panther YouTuber. The Cardinal YouTuber. I don't think Cliff Kingsbury is a good coach. I didn't think he deserved the head coaching job to begin with. I've always felt like the dude really hasn't shown anything. That man had Patrick Mahomes that couldn't win games, bro, in college. And you out here telling me that he should be an NFL head coach? No, sir. I don't think he's a good coach.
Bro, it's so much evidence, bro. Look, I'm not about to sit here and like, okay, was it a tough situation? Sure. But
that's what happens.
More football. When you obviously you're not going to come into the best situation when somebody gets fired. It's going to be effed up. But watch more football. Look at what other teams are doing. And guess what? When it ain't working, they get rid of them dudes too. They don't just hold on to them just for the sake of holding on to them like we're doing.
Matter of fact, there's coaches that had better records than Matt Rhule that don't have head coaching jobs.
Facts. That's a fact.
Like Joe Judge, who couldn't even cut it to be a coordinator for New England when he went over there, when he went back. So let's not be foolish here. And by the way, Matt Rhule lost to him last season.
Facts.
So let's not do that. He lost to some coaches who are no longer in the league anymore as a head coach. So let's not do all that. I know you're going to be positive because this is your squad. This is my squad too. But let me be clear.
But we operate within reality, bro. Like it's facts. Like this dude, he's like, just look at the numbers. He's like one of the look at any coach that's in a 3-year career. Go look at the history, bro. He is one of the worst coaches in like the number of games he's coached. He has one of the worst win-loss records, bro. It's not good. And to sit up here and pretend like it is that's pretty sad, bro. It's pretty sad to sit up here and let's pretend like he's doing a great thing.
He don't have to be Belichick. That's the problem. That's the point. You don't understand that. He don't have to be Belichick. Shit. Can he at least be Fox? Can he be Capers? Let's do some historical perspective. Can he be Capers? He's our 5th head coach in franchise history. 3 out of those 5 head coaches has taken us to at least an NFC championship game. And the one that didn't won 5 Super Bowls with the other squad that he coached. So let's keep it real here. What are we talking about?
Here we go. Here's a great example. Look around the league. Look around the league, bro. Look around the league.
Look at Zach Taylor.
Look at the Bengals. Look at the Eagles. It's plenty of examples. Like, look at more. You gotta look at more football, dog.
Look at my guy Frank Reich. Even though the Colts are struggling right now, them dudes have been playing, man.
So what are you saying? What are you saying? So if you're not saying he's good, then all I see you do is defending him. Even when we say facts, you coming up with stuff that's just like, oh, he blah blah blah. Okay, what do you want me to give him credit for? The fact that he won a game? Great. It's a start. I said it's a start. What else do you want me to do?
Yo, that was weird. My whole shit went black. All right. So, but yeah, man. Dude, listen. If you guys if y'all are okay with me, if you're okay with mediocrity, Carl, fine. But if you really want true mediocrity, you should become a Detroit Lions fan. That's where mediocrity. That's where it's at, bro. No playoff wins since 1993. That's where it's at. That's where you want to be. Nah, we better close out the show, man.
Yeah, we do need to close it out because I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I don't. I'm gonna enjoy my day. I got a flight to catch tomorrow. I just hope it duck in Baltimore again.
I'm done. I maybe I'll let you join next week so you can voice your opinions live on the show. If you want to come on the show, Carl, you have an invite next week.
We need a rule truther, man. You know, we need somebody to even it out. So y'all think that we're trying to be tough on this guy. I just know he's a top 10 head coach.
Even when I come up here, and even when I come up here, Dave, and say, "Yo, Rhule was right in this press conference by saying blah 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 blah," I'm not giving him no credit. Like no, you don't get credit. Completely missed that.
You haven't learned yet, Rashad.
I don't get to give me the credit. Give me the credit.
We don't get credit for the good things we say about people. We only get credit for the bad things we say about people. And then they come back to us and say, "Why are you so negative?" And I just say, look at the data. This is what the data's telling me. That's what the data shows. The data shows me that Matt Rhule makes a lot more money than a lot of head coaches in the NFL, and he hasn't shown his worth. That's the reality of the fact. Well, you know, and I don't like going in other people's pockets, but there's a lot of head coaches that are making significantly less than him that are doing a much better coaching job than he is. But he could turn around. He still got time. We could be 2-2 after around this time next week. We could possibly be 2-2, and I would actually not, and I wouldn't be mad at it because that means we're seeing progress. And I can't be mad at progress. So we'll see. All right.
I
know you got to get to work tomorrow, bro. Let's shut it down.
I got to get out of here, man. Listen, it was fun. Oh, real quick, we got the preview with my man, the Cardinal Rhule. My man, Joe from the Cardinal Rhule will be up here on Wednesday night to preview the Cardinals game. Should be fun. I've never spoken with this man before, so it should be interesting. We're gonna have a good time. Wednesday night, 9:00. Join us. Should be a good one. All right. That's all I got,
45
Dave.
minutes to all right.
Yeah, it won't be long.
And now my internet has. Yeah, it should be a good one though. I'm looking forward to it. You know, we've been taking it to the Cardinals over the past couple of years, so we'll see. And they've had some.
Yeah, Dave, your Wi-Fi is trash. I'm gonna go ahead and close this thing out. Yeah, your Wi-Fi trash, Dave. All right, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get the comments, all that good stuff, man. We out. We'll holler at y'all Wednesday.